2-bit, they sumo. Tell me who the hottest that you know. If it ain't me, you. Curry get the flame calling Prince Zuko. Swimming through the money like a flounder. Hold up. I just want the knowledge and the power. Hold up. Why the looking at me sour? Eat it like chowder. Rada. Never gave a about a dollar. More money, me, more problems. Pray for me to fall like autumn. Cause I got it.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Seattle Seahawks. Here we go from Heinz Field as Chris Boswell tees it up and boots it away. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, good move. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Let's get it. 14. Tempo. Gotta go.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. 1st down, Seahawks. Wilson to Baldwin.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Eluding the pressure right. Wide open. It's Marshall complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. To throw again is Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Wilson will throw again. He hits Baldwin right side. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
14. 12. Tempo. Gotta go.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. This is complete. It's Baldwin. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Throwing again here, Wilson. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
Got it. Let's go, 14. Gotta go. 14.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Cameron Hayward in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. 4th down. Here's Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football. Ball back. First carry for James Conner. Room here to run. Oh, spinning away. And they're going to get this one up past the 25. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Okay, every now and then, my defensive bias will leak out here. Abysmal play for them. You've got them backed up, and you let them out.
Couldn't take advantage. And you know who's happy? The punter. Because if he was needed, they gave him a lot of space to work with now.
Yeah, because he would have had a lot to think about, right? Don't step over the back line and give him a safety. Now he's got room if he needed it.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Steps away. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Roethlisberger will throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Bobby Wagner in there to get him for a loss of 5.
Hey, watch that. Check, go. Let's go, D. Let's go. 8.
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And down he'll go at the 25. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. The Steelers call here on the Aussie, Australian-born Jordan Berry now to punt this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Just one tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter.
14. Gotta go. Tempo.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. He's going to fire this thing deep right side. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 31.
Gotta go.
Again, Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Javon Hargrave able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard.
Gotta go. 14. 12.
On 2nd down, Wilson. Throwing right, and that's complete. And I think the ball's out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. On 2nd down, it's Bell. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger going for the deep ball. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Nothing conservative about that play call. You said earlier in the quarter you wanted to see them open things up, maybe take some shots downfield. There you go.
Yeah, and that one was successful. But even if they're not successful, when you take those shots downfield, they've got to back off a little bit, loosen up a little bit on defense, and give you a little bit more room if you want to run the football.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so, and one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you can darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
Jack 16. Set. Show that best. 30. 4 down.
They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down territory.
He needed 2. He only got 1 on the sneak, and that's going to lead us to a 4th and 1.
Here we go. You got 4. You got 4.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll go for it with Bell. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. Le'Veon Bell unable to get in. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. Now Wilson back into his end zone. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
The name of the game is always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the 2nd interception in the first half.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. To throw from his end zone. And he'll go down in the end zone. Down goes Wilson. It's a safety. So after a scoreless first quarter, we at least finally get some points on the board.
But it can't be what either of us expected, can it?
No, the safety's not what you expect for the first points of the game, but one of the goose eggs is gone. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Last stop. Let's go. Let's go.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Frank Clark in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. Returnable for Lockett. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Completes it to Dixon. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Wilson now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And now it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Finding some room at midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Run left.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And Dixon over the middle. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. On third down, Roethlisberger. And he finds Hayward Bay. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
Focus.
Roethlisberger will hand to counter. And some room to work. And he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And that's a good sign right there as we start the third quarter. Because in the first half, not much space to run the football. And as we go into the half, we often think to ourselves, all right, what's the adjustment? What do they have to do? You know what a lot of the adjustments are? No adjustments. You know the game plan, been working on it all week. Maybe a little tweak here or there, a little bit better blocking, and now you're establishing the running game.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Nazaire Jones there on the tackle.
Focus, focus.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
And the Steelers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
84. Who's got 84? Check 84. All day, dog.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Shotgun.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Second and 10. It's Wilson again. He gets it to Baldwin. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The Seahawks on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Here's Wilson. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
On second down, here's Wilson. He hits Baldwin right side. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good.
Zebra. 14, front it.
Now Wilson on second down. Flush to his right. This complete to Lockett. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
Don't take forever, okay?
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Hayward in there to get him for his second sack of the night.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Back now in Pittsburgh. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. From the shotgun, Wilson. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Really nice gain on the completion. However, still 3rd and goal that they face now. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Wilson operating from the gun. There's Baldwin. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the 4th. Janikowski good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Frank Clark in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger sliding out of the pocket. And the pressure gets to him again.
Here we go.
Michael Kendricks in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That sacks on back-to-back plays. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. To throw here, Roethlisberger. He's going deep for Brown. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Now Wilson on first down. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. On first down, Procise. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage and put the onus on the defense. They have to use.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now Wilson. Being chased out left. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Bud Dupree. He's the one to get in this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. This is Bell, and he'll take this one down to about the 40. Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
Now Roethlisberger. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Scoring has really been at a premium, and Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. This is complete. It's Baldwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now a signal and a timeout here on the defensive side of the ball. So they want to stop it with 1 second to go prior to the 2-minute warning. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. On 1st down, Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
Let's go. Let's go, 14. 19.
Wilson wants to throw it. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Throwing now is Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
Now Wilson. Forced out to his left. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Stephon Tuitt in there to get him for his second sack of the night. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. The offense staying out there. They're at 50%, 2 for 4 thus far in the game. What can they do here on fourth down?
Zebra. Shotgun. Hey. 12. 18.
Wilson to throw. Buying time to his left. This is caught inside the 15. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on fourth.
And they pick up the first down on a fourth down play. I don't know if the defense relaxed because they thought maybe they'd stopped them on third down, or if they just didn't protect the sticks very well. But, boy, that's a big-time pickup right there.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Cameron Hayward bringing the pressure again, and that is his third sack here tonight. Here's Wilson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Let's go get another one. Come on. Tempo. Gotta go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And this is caught on the left side, Jaron Brown. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
Let's go.
The Seahawks on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Wilson. Eluding, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The former Buckeye, Cameron Hayward, and that's going to make it 4th down.